Hello and welcome to the Suzanne and Sarah YouTube channel. I'm Suzanne, and today we are going to talk about midterm rentals, what they are, and why you should consider a midterm rental as an investment strategy. Hello everyone, welcome to the Suzanne and Sarah YouTube channel. I'm Suzanne Moore.
And I'm Sarah Willis. We are Central Oregon's investment and real estate experts.
When it comes to accommodation options, we all know that short-term rentals and long-term leases have been the conventional choices. However, there is a growing trend in the real estate market called midterm rentals, and this kind of sandwiches right between those short-term, less than a week, and long-term, usually 6 months to a year, type leases. So this option blends a unique offer of flexibility and stability that really appeals to both property owners and tenants. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what midterm rentals are and why you should consider them as a viable option for your investment property. Midterm rentals are often known as medium-term rentals and typically span anywhere from 30 days up to almost a year. So really it falls right between those short-term rentals, which is really generally just a few days to maybe a few weeks, and long-term leases, which oftentimes are 6, 12 months, and maybe even longer. So midterm rentals offer that middle ground that really caters to a variety of needs, from traveling executives, seasonal workers, and folks that maybe are looking for a place to rent in this community before they buy, or they just want to travel and stay here for a while, but they don't want to stay in a hotel or pay short-term rental prices. So why would you want to consider a midterm rental? First of all, it gives a lot of flexibility to the tenants, which is oftentimes a benefit to you as a property owner. So midterm rentals really provide that flexibility for people who need housing for a few months but don't want to commit to a long-term lease. And this flexibility is particularly valuable for corporate or executive travelers, so professionals on short-term work assignments. People you've probably heard of, like traveling nurses is kind of the common thing that we hear about a lot, but there are a lot of other folks that travel for work too on extended stays. So it's great for them to have midterm rentals as an option because they're just more comfortable than staying in a hotel for 6 months or even 6 weeks. The next one is relocating families and individuals. So when people are moving to a new community, city, or country, midterm rentals offer a great option for them to explore and kind of try before you buy, so they can acclimate before really committing to a permanent residence. It gives people the chance to discover a neighborhood and the amenities and what they really like about the city and make their purchasing decision based on that time. The next one is, of course, students. So international students or folks on semester-based programs can really benefit from midterm rentals without that long-term commitment. It also offers income stability for property owners, and this is why we love midterm rentals, because as a property owner, it gives us steady income without that high turnover and the constant cleaning that happens with, a short-term rental Airbnb type of property. So some reasons property owners may want to opt for midterm rentals is really, one, to bridge the gap. So maybe you generally rent out to long-term tenants, but you just kind of want to bridge the gap for a season or a week or a month. Midterm rentals can really help bridge the income gap and cover your expenses during that time. Property maintenance is generally lower and less costly than it would be with a short-term rental, and you can really use this as an opportunity to perform maintenance and do upgrades between longer-term leases, perhaps. And seasonal demand. We know that Bend and Central Oregon is a great tourist destination, and we do have seasonal demand, especially peaks around summertime and around holidays and ski season. So midterm rentals are really attractive to travelers looking for extended stays during those times. Another advantage to property owners is those lower turnover costs. And this is really one of the key advantages of midterm rentals because with these longer stays, there's less wear and tear on the property, there's way fewer cleanings and maintenance costs, and less time really spent on advertising, engaging with guests and tenants, and finding new tenants if you are looking for more of a longer term stay. A benefit for tenants with midterm rentals is really that personalization and comfort. Midterm rental tenants generally seek properties that feel more like home and, as opposed to temporary lodging like a hotel or something like that. And this can really lead to higher tenant satisfaction and more responsible and considerate tenants. It can also be more cost effective for tenants. In many cases, midterm rentals can be cheaper than staying in hotels or committing to long-term leases if someone knows they're not going to be here for a full 12 months. They offer competitive monthly rates that are less expensive than nightly rates, but generally more than a long-term lease. So it can relieve that financial burden on a tenant of having that long-term lease if they just aren't sure how long they're going to stay. So in conclusion, we know that midterm rentals are really gaining in popularity as an investment strategy, as a way to circumvent short-term rental regulations in certain areas and to potentially give yourself more options as a property owner if you're not ready to commit to a long-term lease. On the other hand, tenants may also not be ready or willing to commit to a long-term lease. So midterm rentals really offer that great common ground between property owners and tenants to find a common solution that really works for everybody because it is more flexible. It offers a more homey feel for people that are coming to the area to stay a little bit longer than a week or a weekend. And it's a great opportunity to create higher revenues and give yourself more flexibility as a property owner. So if you have questions about midterm rentals, we are your gals. We are experts in this, and we can connect you with local midterm rental property managers here in Central Oregon. So thank you for joining me today for midterm rentals, what they are and why you should consider it. Please like and subscribe to our channel so you get all the updates on investment topics around Central Oregon and all across the country. Thank you.